All you do is numb. Hola, don't you know? Hola. Oh, good Lord. Yes. Oh la la, don't you know? Oh boy, I feel sorry for some people. They really got issues. La, 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 la. Let me see something here. I wonder if. Here it is. Let me see. How am I going to do that? he does both, I think. I think he does both. I'm not sure. Not do that Facebook May, actually. Hey, Lucky. How you doing? Yeah, put nothing up here. Nope. Let me see. Right here. Eight. Let me see. Okay. If I see him one there, I'll probably ask. We shall see. Hola. All right, cool. So now that I know that, what time is it? 3 o'clock. Remind you. Put me on the what is it called again? Sound list. All right, cool. All right, so I'm ready. Okay, cool. I'm gonna start. Okay, cool. Hopefully it works out. Fuck man, I can't stare at shit too long. My eyes get fucking bleh. I hate looking at words on phones. It's so annoying. My eyes are like. Ooh, la. Why is it showing me I have an email and I don't? The fuck? All right, cool. So let's see if that works. Yeah. Yeah, it's just my eyes when I look at shit too long. Anybody really, your eyes get all messed up. I've been looking at the damn phone for a while now. I pulled the curtain over so I don't have a glare. Oh shit! I forgot to put that thing inside. Fuck. All right, let me see. Oh, perfect. Let me see. The sun isn't hitting this thing. Okay, good. You're a pain in the ass. You know that, Don? Always in the damn way. I'm charging you fucking rent. Know that? I'm gonna start charging you rent. You know rent? You're naughty. You're a naughty girl. She's probably like, what did I do? You knew. You're just naughty. That's what you are, a naughty girl. Been naughty your whole life. Cool. All right, hopefully my friend messaged me back. See what's going on. We shall see. Okay. All right, I have to give a review for something that I bought. It's a good review. That's good. Good boy. Oh, cool. Yay. He did it. I got it. I got it. I got it. Yes, sir. Good boy. So, Russia is agriculture. Cool. That's nice. Got that. That's perfect. Amen. Hallelujah. Oh, good Lord. It's Ashley. What's going on? How you doing? I got your donation. Thank you. Sure, I need to listen to some more music. I could power. Root access to community. Someone struck a telephone pole here in Bermuda yesterday, and they hit the pole, right? And like the pole went like this. It split apart at the bottom, and it was just barely hanging on at the top. That shit's crazy. I can't believe that. They're so lucky they didn't hit that pole and that transformer come right on their fucking head and kill them. They're like super, super lucky. Like to hit that shit like that, you're lucky. It didn't get worse. Lucky she didn't, lucky that chick didn't die, man. That's what people do. They're stupid. They drive crazy, drive dumb. And now social media is gonna burn them and tell them they're idiots. But idiots do idiot things. Getting ready to do some readings yourself. Oh, nice. You're going back into it. I know you said you stopped for a little while. You've been on TikTok lately. Oh, cool. I'm on TikTok too, but I don't do readings over there. I'm gonna start DJing over TikTok eventually. But um my TikTok's Marky Mark. So you can add me if you want. It's not Marky Mark's Terror, just Marky Mark. Yeah. Okay, cool. I was a DJ. I'm thinking about getting back on it, back to it. But TikTok's the place to DJ. That's where all my friends are. All my friends are on TikTok DJing. They're like, "Come on, Mark, you gotta come DJ on TikTok." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm going to. I just need to set up all my stuff first." I just got in contact with a friend to get some new music. Once I get some new music, then I'll go live because I don't want to look like an idiot. I swear. I never get like all upright cards when I deal with you guys, but the majority is. So to answer your question, I would say yes. He just feels like he has to, you know, he has to see if you're available, he's available. So I see him trying to get some plans done with you guys and make some plans in the next 7 days. And I see you guys being happy. I got the sun card at the end, but I keep getting the three of wands reversed for you. And the three of wands reversed, I don't know what you think the three of wands reversed is, but to me, like it's like someone having an ulterior motive, someone being kind of tricky, like someone trying to like offer their help, but like you don't know if it's really genuine or not. You know, that's what to me what the three of wands reverse means. and it could be in some adversity too. So, but if he makes plans, it's gonna be in like it's gonna be like in an area that no one can see you. You know, it could be like to come over each other's house or be in a place that's secluded with nobody around or things like that. Because I got the hermit card too, so that means that he doesn't want to be seen, or go out in public like that. He might go to a quiet place or see who's available, with whose house is available to be in. Yeah, I mean, because the 301s in my deck is a woman, right, with black hair or with dark hair, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be, but yeah, so I see him making plans, but not in public. So you guys could be hanging out somewhere, but not in public. Yeah. Oh, that explains it. That explains it. See, maybe this is why he acts the way he does. That makes a lot of sense now. So this 301, see, the 301's reverse to me is somebody who, like, I don't know if this sounds crazy or not, but I'm just gonna say it because I say what I think and think what I say, and I just say it just to see if it makes sense. But you know how because he's been like shot before, right? You know how people like set you up to get shot again or to get some type of information. So I he thinks that maybe like he doesn't think that you're actually setting him up for to get shot or something like. But like he's kind of like just worried if like if he were to go with you that something will happen to you, or he might be worried that he if he's around you something might happen you know yeah. So I can understand where he comes from. So that's probably why like he acts the way he does, and also why I get that 3 of wands a lot. So he doesn't want it's either because obviously you're not setting him up to get shot again and get killed, right? Obviously not. I would hope not. But like he might think that by having you in public, would will maybe set up the person. Yeah, exactly. He probably thinks that, oh yeah, I hope nobody asks her, to do it or puts her in a predicament to get to me. So that's probably why he's the way he is. Because you never told me that before. Not that you have to, but now that you have, I'm kind of like understanding why the energy is the way it is. Because that he doesn't want you to also think that you know that's what he's doing. That's what you're gonna get yourself into, or he tricked you, or something like that. So yeah, because I got a 3 of wands like 2 or 3 times for you. So the 3 of wands in my deck reversed is a woman that the person wants to like protect or might have like an ulterior motive against him or put him in a predicament that's fucked up. Or it's like he doesn't want to put the woman in a fucked up predicament. So I could see like that being the card, the meaning of that card for the situation that you're telling me. So, but to answer your question, I do see him making plans, but plans not in public, but in private. So I do see that happening in the next like 7 days or so. So it could be tomorrow, the next day, the next day, the next day. Yeah. But in the next couple of days, I do see that happen. Yeah, join the club. That's why I don't DJ anymore. Yep. Well, I can understand where he's coming from. I've never been shot at, but you know, when I was in Atlanta one time, I went to the bathroom and this guy had a gun and he showed it to me like, and he said, "Yeah, don't fuck around and don't tell nobody what I'm doing in this bathroom." And I'm like, "Bro, I'm from Bermuda. I don't even know you. I don't care about you." And whatever. So he started approaching me and was like, "Yeah, I don't like the way your fucking attitude, and you need to get out of here." And blah. I started calling me names and shit. So my boy's like, "Where the fuck's Mark?" So he came in the bathroom. He knew the guy too. He was like, yo, don't talk to my fucking boy like this." He's like, "Oh, yo, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I thought it was a police. It was police and shit. Like, he thought I was a cop because nobody ever seen me, right?" And this is like 20 years ago. But I wasn't scared because he was just trying to like aggravate me or whatever. He weren't gonna shoot me in the bathroom. I highly doubt that. But thank God he did. But my boy kind of went in there was fucked him off. So after that, I didn't have no problems. But yeah, here in Bermuda, it's very rare that you'll hear of a shooting or someone dying. It's happened a few times in a year, but it's not every day, or every week or every month. That don't happen. There's more accidents than anything else. But yeah, so that's probably why he's the way he is then. So you know, that's more of a reason for him to be like that than what the cards I have. So that makes sense. Maybe that's why he doesn't want to hang out with you too much right away, because he doesn't want like nobody to like probably do anything to you. You gotta watch your back too. Because if you guys go out, he can. Unfortunately, you can be a target, you know, to get to him. So hopefully God protects you and spirit protects you, and you don't have to deal with that. But you have to also understand that that's a situation you could put yourself in, and that's why I don't DJ no more. Cause guys literally wanted to fucking kill me. That's why I'm telling you because I don't want you to get yourself in that predicament. Cause that's what people do. People are fucked up. If they can't get to you, they get to your girl, your daughter, your mama, your sister, your brother. You know. When I used to DJ, I used to be one of the best in Bermuda, and unfortunately, uh, you know, there's a lot of racism here. And if you're like a white DJ, or I'm Portuguese, so if you're white or Portuguese and you go up against like a black DJ, then it's like controversy, picking sides, biasness, fights, and like it's just a friendly competition and friendly vibes. Music is everybody together. But a lot of guys here are too like they're racist and shit. They don't want to play with a guy like me because I'm like a lot better than some of those guys. So they're like, fuck you. Even I was born here, it don't even matter. Like we're all Bermudian and they don't care. So that's one of the reasons I got out of it. Because I got attacked one time here in Bermuda. The guys robbed my chain, and it was like four guys approached my van. I thought they were just gonna be like, "Yo, what's up, bro?" Whatever. The guy showed me a knife and some brass knuckles. The other two guys were around the corner trying to flatten my tires. So I hit the gas pedal, knocked two of them out of the way. The guy scratched my neck, broke my chain, and the pendant fell in the van. And I almost got like stabbed and killed and beat up. But thank God, like I hit the gas pedal and knocked their asses out of the way and got off with just a scratch and a chain going, which I don't really care. But this is probably like 20 years ago too. I was about 26, I think, so it's about 20 something years. Yeah. But I still DJ'd after that for like 10 more years, but I was always cautious because everybody wanted to get me. So that's why I'm uh, very reluctant on going back out there in the public eye again. That's why I'd rather do it on TikTok or on here or, just play music behind closed doors because these people are too crazy. 'Cause if I come back out, they're gonna try and do it again to me until I give up. Because my life has been so peaceful since I've been out of that circle, you know. And it's really a shame that it's like that in the world. And not only here, it's like that everywhere. But when you're good at something, doesn't matter if you're white, black, Portuguese, Asian, people are just gonna hate on you, and then a certain culture or a certain race is gonna like target you, and then people get personal, start doing dumb shit, and then next thing you know, they're attacking your family. You can't do nothing in this world without if you're good. Like everybody wants to like attack you and shit. So it's very annoying. But yeah, that's one of the reasons why I don't DJ no more. It's fucking annoying. They took away my like people took away my I don't know, a talent that I really loved and destroyed it because of their stupidity. Because they don't want to see me out there playing music and having fun. Hey, love and life. The devil's been keeping me, yeah, because the devil knows that if you're around me, then you're gonna be a lot more sane and blessed. The devil keeps a lot of people away from me. The devil's trying to take all my friends. I know. I know you're not lying. It's a fact. But if I say it out loud like this, they probably think I'm crazy. Probably think that I think I'm too important. But I know. It's kind of weird because I've been saying it on here for the past couple of days that last weekend I saw like a DJ competition of two guys that I know very well and have competed against. And I watched them go at it and I watched the crowd, I watched the video, I listened to the audio several times. And I said to myself, this is the reason why I retired from DJing because it's a joke. It's absolute fucking joke in Bermuda. Everybody gets these young people, they get high as fuck and they're just standing there in the dance like just like this. Oh yay. And we high as a motherfucker. That's why I don't smoke no more and drink for years now. Cause I can't see people like that. It aggravates me. Why go spend money to go listen to shit if you're high as fuck and you ain't even gonna cheer? You're just gonna stand there and listen to music all day? Dumbass, you're supposed to dance and have fun. All these dudes and all these nutsacks in there watching other guys play and you're sitting there like, I'm fucking high. Stupid asses. You're welcome, Ashley. But I do see some improvement, Ash. Just like take your time, though. Now I know that. I hope that that kind of made sense about why he's the way he is. I don't blame him. If I had a girlfriend right now, I would tell her, look, I don't want to go in public either. I'll tell her, look, let's go to a park or let's go hang out. We can talk in the car. We can go get something to eat and hang out on the park bench or go by the water. Shit like that. Like, I don't want to go to no public place. People be like, oh, yo, what's up, Mario? Because a lot of people know me, see? So when I go out in public, they're going to come over and hug me, dab me up. And then all these hoes are going to see me and they're going to be like, oh, hey, Mark, I haven't seen you for years. Mwah. And then the girl's going to be like, who the fuck is this guy that I'm dating? I don't want this shit. And I'm not exaggerating either. I'm being honest. Like that's why I don't go nowhere because I can't. I get annoyed too much. And back in like back in May, I think it was. I think it was May. I went with my sister. My sister wanted to come with me to a party that I wanted to go see my friends play some music. And I haven't been in the public in years to a big DJ event. So her and I went. She says, I want to come with you. I said, yeah, all right, let's go. So me and her were chilling. We saw a lot of people we knew, obviously. And she said that she felt like she was with a celebrity because every 2 to 3 minutes somebody would see me, come up to me, give me a hug, dab me up, talk to me, and like come up to me like I was like a celebrity. And she says, this just shows you, Mark, that they haven't forgotten who you are. I said, I know they won't forget. Of course not. I was in the public eye for 20 something fucking years. What do you think? Every time you ran out, you saw me playing music. So how could you not know? Everybody knows me. The younger generation don't, but my generation does. My nephews, they can tell their mothers and fathers. Yeah, I know. You know this guy Mark used to play music. Oh yeah, yeah, that's my DJ. Now paparazzi don't really come after me and take pictures of me. I'll knock the camera out of their fucking hands, but I'm not. It's not like that. But like people come up to me and show me respect. They're not aggravating me. Like they'll come up to me, hug me. Yo, bro, I haven't seen you forever, man. How you doing? Everywhere I go, I even went to 2 days ago. I went to go get fish food, and my nephew said, "I'm staying in the car." Right? I said, "All right, cool." I went in there. As soon as I walked in there, I saw my ex's mom. She was there. Oh, hey, Mark, I haven't seen you so long. Give me a hug, talk to me for like 5, 10 minutes. And she told me her husband passed away and this and that. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, this and that. She's like, okay, well, it's good seeing you. I'll call you to give you some work because I need some work in my house. And I was like, yeah, no problem. All right, moms, cool, bye. Whatever. Like everywhere, every time I go somewhere, somebody knows me. And my nephews, they laugh like crazy. So when we guys go somewhere, someone beeps to me in a car or they'll be like, yo, what's up, bro? Yo. And this guy's like, who the hell is that? I was on my bike today, right? And I came to a stop on the bike, right? And there was a guy cutting trees. And he knows me. He's from my neighborhood. He's like, Mark? I was like, yo, what's up, bro? He goes, oh man, I thought that was you. I ain't seen you on the bike for years. What's up, bro? And he's got a shovel in his hand in the middle of the road. And he comes up to me, yo, what's up, bro? You good? So people are like, who the fuck's this guy? Like, why is everybody coming up to him? But see, that's what happens when you're a good person. I'm not a bad person, you know what I'm saying? So people, they speak to me, I speak back. They know who I am. I was your favorite DJ growing up. It's okay, you know? But don't aggravate me. Well, you can speak to me, whatever, but don't irritate me when I'm with somebody. That's what I don't like. People still do it when they see me. Even when I had my girlfriend back in the day, she would get so mad. Oh, these people take up all your time. These people always want to talk to you. They ain't got no respect. They see us together and then. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I was like, look, I can't help what these people do. What you want me to do? Like go in a glass bowl and just like, not speak to anybody? I told you should have stayed home. You don't want to listen to me. But if I would have went to that function on Saturday, it would have been the same way. But it's all good. That's why I don't like going out. That's why I'm so glad there's social media now. Because now I can watch it all on video, all on like YouTube. Somebody records it and I'll watch it like about 2 days later. And the audio and I can watch the whole thing and I'll be like, oh, cool. Look at so and so's there. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that person. Because I know like half the people that's in there. So I watched the video like about 4 times already. And I was like, oh, look, so and so is right there. And then I like doing that. It's better than actually going there and being bothered and annoyed. So I can watch it at home. It's so nice. Well, not the women that I was with. They never like that. My first high school girlfriend that I was with in high school and became, we went to the prom together. She broke up with me, right? She broke up with me when she went to college and said, I can't be with you while I'm in college and you're not because you're too popular and then you're going to end up leaving me for somebody else. And I'm like, what? I said, I've been with you for like 2 years now. What the fuck you talking about? Like, you're going to go to college. You're coming back in Christmas. I'll see you when you get here. I'm going to talk to you every day. What's your problem? I said, I'm not going to fuck some other hoe. I don't care about these girls. I care about you. And that shit went in one ear and came out the other. She's like, look, I'm breaking up with you. I can't do it. And all my friends and my mom says I should anyway. I said, well, you and your friend, your mama can fuck off then. And now she's a lame ass hoe. Just like you said. That's what she is right now. She's a lame ass hoe. Yep. She married this guy, had 2 kids, cheated on him. About a couple years later, she cheated on him. And now she's with the guy she's with is her boss and like 15 years older than her. He looks like she's dating her dad. He looks absolutely crazy. So everybody's like, Mark, you dodged a bullet. I said, did I? But that's the type of shit I went through. I went through it's like everybody was jealous. I just don't understand it. Like, and I never carried on in a way like I thought I was better than somebody else. I'm just doing something I love and I'm passionate about, and it was a problem. I'm like, fuck, whatever. Why? I didn't really care. It never really bothered me or broke my heart like that. My love for music is never gonna be dampened by some woman or some person or some idiot. Like, I ain't gonna let nobody take away what I love. But I ended up giving it up for my own sake, for my own protection and my own safety. What's your problem, dog? You want to go outside? You can't keep still, can you? You're a damn nuisance. You want to go outside? Want to go pee pee? Just looking at the door. Yeah, exactly. It always is. It always is. But even if I hold on a second. Wait, you dumb dog. Ready? Let's go. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna take her outside. Come on. Come on. Let's go. You got up. Obviously, you want to go out. Go. Go. Come right back. Damn dog. I have to go through the gate. I have to go through the gate door just for her to go right in there. Unless she's looking back and her head's almost hitting the damn wall. That dog has to see me every 5 seconds. Yeah, exactly. Yes, it is how I talk to my ex girlfriend. I said, damn right. I don't care about no damn woman talking no shit to me. That's probably why I'm still single because they know I ain't gonna put up with most women like pussy guys, like guys who's gonna bow down to them. Yes, babe. Sure, babe. Oh, I need $100. Sure, here you go. Fuck that. Hell no. Woman, you get your own shit. You're an asshole. Good. That means you're gonna like me better if I'm an asshole. If I'm too nice, you'll take advantage of me. Yeah, I talk to my dog like that all the time. She's a nuisance. I've known her for 10 years, so I could talk to her like that. I know you appreciate this type of talk, you know. She's a fucking nuisance. That dog is so annoying. This has been the most annoying year I've had that dog. She's been absolute annoying little bee. And she has to be around me 24/7 or else like her life is ruined. I'm like, dog, go away. Like, go walk around the damn yard. Go hang out by the pool. Go drink some water. Go leave me alone, dog. Look around and enjoy your life. You're inside all damn day. Cause it's too hot outside, so I don't like to keep her outside too long. So I'll bring her inside and I'll go outside and do whatever. And she'll be like, I ain't going out there. And I'm like, okay. But see, she's been in here for a while now. Because it was raining earlier. So I was washing my dishes and then preparing my dinner. And then it just got sunny again. And then she didn't want to go nowhere. But when she gets up, I know. Yeah, that's how she is. She's like, yeah. Well, I just need her to leave me alone. You know, she's annoying. I love her to death, and I've done a lot for her to be living right now, and I made her life a lot easier. But she's not making my life a lot easier. She's fucking. She's a nuisance. She has this thing now where she wants to pee wherever she goes, like pee on the ground. She's supposed to be peeing on the grass, but she pees on the tile by the pool, pisses me off. And then like she's just being stupid. She's always huffing and puffing like she's dying. And then 2 minutes later she'll go like, you know, like, oh my god, my world is coming to an end. Like she's just being over dramatic and over stupid. And I prove it every time to everybody. I'm like, look, there ain't nothing wrong with this damn dog. She's just a drama queen because she ain't getting what she wants. You know? People and dogs are acting crazy right now. Yo, what's up, Goodman? How you doing, bro? You too, man. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. Thanks, brother. That's what your kids doing, and you got a daughter. See, daughters are a pain in the ass. But see, you gotta ask yourself right now: was I a pain in the ass, right, to my mom? And if you were a pain in the ass to your mom, now your children are gonna be a pain in the ass to you. That's how it works. See, that's how you get karma for what you did to your mom. And if that's the case, now you know why. Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. I knew that was coming. It's like, fuck my life. No. Yes. Yeah. My mom is the first one to say that shit. Cause my older sister, right? She's a right royal bitch, right? She's so selfish. And she's got two boys, right? But she lost triplets her first try, right? And when she lost her triplets, right? She blamed God. She never went back to church, and she just said all these bad things, right? When she just saying it out of like, you know, but the doctor told her it's nothing to do with God, it's your body. Your body couldn't handle it. And she was like, she don't want to hear it. She just think that God's gonna automatically give her everything in the world, right? So anyway, about 2 years later, she had a boy, and then she had another boy 2 years after that. So she has two boys, right? But she could have had triplets. But anyway, she's got, you know, God blessed her with two boys, right? But those boys, right? As they were born and they got older and they were a pain in the ass kids and drove her nuts and shit. My mom says, "See," and because she was a pain in the ass when she was in college, sneaking her boyfriend out there to come and see her and give her some D, and my parents didn't know and then caught her. and then fucked her off and said, yeah, if you fail your exams and you fuck around in college and get D and your boyfriend's coming out there and we don't know, right? Don't come crying to us. We ain't gonna pay for your shit. So he ended up paying some of her school fees in the end because my parents refused to do it because she was fucking around and lying to him, right? So she said, she says what my grandma used to say and said, you're gonna have kids. And when you have kids, you're gonna see what life is like. And when something happens, my mom will look at me and say, didn't I tell you? She's gonna see what life is like to have kids because she put me through hell. Now she's going through hell with this one. There you go. Yeah. That's why you never know. That's why you gotta be humble and not do dumb shit. See? 'Cause it's gonna come back to haunt you. Hmm. My granny was saying it before my mom. And that's where my mom got it from. My mom says, yeah, you got kids. I don't wish nothing on them, but you're gonna get karma through them. You better believe it. I still see a vase paper. You just wait. Yep, see? Yeah. Well, if you want my advice, I mean, some people will say to me, oh, you ain't got kids, so you don't know what you're talking about. That's where you're wrong. Because I raised six boys in the last 20 something years. I've raised my nephews. I help raise my nephews. And I'm really good with children because I love kids and I wish I had my own, but I don't. But I have six nephews, godchildren, and I can adapt to children very easily. And I like to make them laugh. I like to be positive with them. I like to show them the great things of life, not bad shit, you know, and things like that. People always say, some assholes say to me, especially women, will be like, you don't know what it's like. You take care of them, but you give them back. I said, so a teacher that's been teaching for 30 years and don't have kids don't know how to deal with kids. So they deal with your kid and 20, 30 other kids. So she don't know what she's doing, right? She don't know nothing about kids because she didn't bear one. And what about the mothers that give up their children and don't know? Oh, you're a mother, you know about kids. Oh, but no, I don't really because I gave up my child at birth. So you see that comment and that analogy of someone is the stupidest shit you can ever say. You don't have to have something in order to know about something. See? So that's my point, first of all. And I've said that what I'm talking about for years now. Some people will still challenge me and I'll just laugh at them because you don't know. You took care of one kid, I took care of six and my godchildren, so eight, nine. Okay? And I've done everything with them. And I'm still taking care of two of my nephews right now because their father abandoned them. So, anyway, long story short, if your daughter is acting up, right, what you got to do is let her do what she has to do to learn her lessons. Even if it's bad, even if she turns out in a way you don't want her to, sometimes you gotta let them go in order to see, in order for them to see what life is. See what I mean? And it all depends on the age, but the earlier the better, so they learn for the next time, right? Because some people don't want to listen to their parents. Some children come from broken homes. Some children come from fucked up families, right? And sometimes you just gotta say fuck it. Let them do whatever they gotta do. They're gonna learn eventually. If you advise them, you have nothing to worry about. Because if you tell them, hey, look, I don't think you should do this, this, and this, and they say, fuck that, I'm going to do that, that, and that, then they're going to learn the hard way. Yep. 10 years old and going 17. Yeah. I know this. That's the generation of today. They think they know everything. They were born smart. Really, they're born privileged. That's the only privilege in this world is these kids. They're privileged enough to come into this, to be born in a world where it's a lot easier than when we were born in the world 50 years ago. Am I right or am I wrong? Hmm. My mom said when I was born, diapers weren't even a real thing unless you had money to buy them. They were still using the cloth with the bobby pin. And I said, yeah, I know. But she couldn't afford all that. He couldn't afford all that shit, you know? But these motherfuckers got pull ups, you know? All sorts of shit. Well, you see, you gotta let her find out on her own. So if she's talking shit, you gotta show her that the shit people talk aren't true. But if you show that it is true, then you lose, right? And you can't really expect too much from, you know, a 10-year old. 10-year old, you know, girl doesn't really know a lot. They think they knew. Like you said, going 17, but really 10. Well, I'm sure. And then kids, those people did it on purpose. So now, you know, now you have to, like, in my opinion, what I would suggest you to do is to show her that what they said about you is not real. So that way she can make her own analogy of you. That's all. Exactly. That's how you gotta deal with it. But that's up to you to deal with, you know. But you can't really do too much to a child nowadays. You beat the shit out of them, you're gonna go child services or the abuse center. You can't even slap the shit out of your own children. You know, you can't correct them because they know everything. I'm calling the police or I'm calling fucking Uber Eats or some shit like that. But you gotta show them responsibilities. You know, show them how to be responsible, and you also have to show them that when they take the fall and they do something bad, they got consequences to deal with. Well, if that's what you did, then deal with it. Then she can go see what life is like with those people. That's all. And then sometimes, I have another woman that comes in here that has a daughter, and the daughter doesn't want to speak to her no more, and you know, and I told her the same thing. Let her live her life. If she doesn't want to be around you, then she's gonna learn the hard way, and hopefully she doesn't. And hopefully, like, she does whatever she can. You can only do so much. Once children grow up, they're gonna have their own mind and their own world. You know, yeah, that's what she probably needs. Yeah, there you go. If you don't want disrespect from her, then she's gotta learn some type of way. You know what you gotta tell her? I pay the fucking bills around here. I put food on your table. I put clothes on your back. And if you don't like it, and that room you're in, I pay rent for. I pay for this fucking shit. This is my shit. So if you ain't gonna do what you have to do, you gotta put chores on these kids too. You gotta make them wash clothes. 10 years old, you need to put that damn woman into some fucking washing clothes. You know? Yeah, there's no need to. Sometimes punishment is worse than getting physical. I mean, mental punishment is better than physical punishment because mental punishment stays in your head. See what I'm saying? And what I mean by mental punishment is making them understand, mind wise, what life is like. Because if you beat them, they're just going to get mad and they're going to hate you. But if you put things into their minds, then that's different. They start to think about the guilt or what they have to do, or if they hear it from somebody else, they may like, oh shit, my mom said that. What I tell my nephews, when my nephews get disrespectful, I tell them, ask your friends if they talk to their uncle or their mother like you do. And if you do, let me know. I'm still waiting. I said, boy, you don't know me. I will box your fucking teeth down your damn throat and you'll shit your teeth out into the toilet and go pick them up out of there. When I start threatening them, they don't say nothing. But I shouldn't have to do that. You know? All because your daddy left, it doesn't mean that you're going to disrespect your mother and me. Oh, hell no. I made that perfectly clear many a times in this house. No, you fucking won't. And I told them, if you think you're gonna come in this house and disrespect me and your mother, and there ain't gonna be no consequences, you keep thinking again. And like I tell them, you go ask your friends if they talk to them like you talk to me, and I guarantee they'll say no. Yeah, yeah. My mom and dad used to slap the shit out of us. Not like severely, but if you got out of hand, my mom would beat you with a wooden spoon or a slipper, and my dad would give you an open hand. You're gonna eat the ground. I tell you that my parents didn't hit me that much when I was young. I probably got about 3 or 4 cut asses in my life. Where they really, you know, cut my ass. But that was my own fault. Yeah, exactly. But see, that's it. These children have too much, and I blame the parents because the parents are giving the children too much. All because you didn't have a lot doesn't mean you gotta give a lot to your kids. Let them grow up the way you did. You gotta put them in that frame of mind. You know, that's what I told my sister. The biggest mistake she made is give these kids too much. Because when you give them too much, they think they can say whatever they want and still get what they want. And my sister's dumb enough to give them everything. Oh well, we grew up in. I said I don't give a fuck. I said that's why God didn't give me no kids. Cause He does. I'll put that both first. Any kids I have, I'm putting them in on the strict orders, just like I was. Because I came out perfectly fine, unlike these motherfuckers out here. There's a lot of bad parenting going on. I don't blame the kids too much. I blame the parents. A lot of broken homes, a lot of dumbass fucking parents drinking and smoking, getting high, no job, talking shit on social media with their titties out, asses banging all over the place, hoeing around, taking plank every weekend. All your daughters in your house, man. Fuck that shit, man. You're not supposed to teach your kids how to be a piece of shit from jump. Oh, that ain't gonna happen. She put hands on somebody, she's gonna get slapped. Yeah, if your aunt buys her everything she wants, then that's not a good thing. Oop. I'm guilty of buying things for my nephews, but not as much as I used to. Cause my nephew that's 17 years old, that lives next door, my sister's oldest, right? He's going 18 in November and he goes college next week in the UK for a couple months. And then, he's going to be back in Christmas. And I've told him for the past 2 months, I can't wait till you go. So you can see what being a man is. Because what you do, what you're going to have to do away is what you don't do here. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. Fucking fuck. I said, okay, bro. I said, no problem. I said, I'm not your daddy. I'm your uncle that's done everything for you. No problem. You talk to me however you want, bro. But when you go away, you're going to be in your bed and you're going to cry tears of blood What the fuck? I said, yeah, you're gonna be crying for your uncle and your mommy and your brother and your bed and your house. You're gonna live in the UK for a couple months with a bunch of nobodies, going to school and shit. You're gonna see what life is like. You gotta wash your own clothes, wipe your own fucking ass. You gotta fucking dress yourself. You know, all that shit. Get food. You gotta be a man. Now you're gonna find out what life is like. And he gets mad when I say that shit to him. I'm drilled it in his head. Say, yeah, you little disrespectful fucker. You're gonna see what life is like now. And the younger one, he just turned 16, and he's just like his dad. Gets gets triggered real quick. You can't say nothing to him. And I'm like, yo, 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 who the fuck you think you're talking to? I'm just saying. I was like, all right. So I stopped speaking to him for like a little while. I just ignore him. And then when they need me, hey, Uncle Mark, what's up, bro? Yeah, look, I need. Oh, you need something. Yeah, that's nice. Ask your mother. My mom would call me from my sister would roll her eyes at me and be like, come on, man. I was like, but fuck that. These rude bastards, I ain't giving them nothing. Sometimes on my ass, I would be like, I ain't giving them shit. Fuck that. I ain't getting it. You go fucking get it. No, no. I said, they ain't happening. I used to give them a lot when they were really good to me and really nice to me. But now that they're older, they're rude fuckers. And I say, yeah, you're gonna see what life is like when Marky don't give you shit. That's why I barely give them anything now. Barely. I give them bare minimum shit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these little kids are rude as shit. But not everyone, because people, children, the parents have standards at home. See, but see, the problem is these boys right next door, they went through a bad divorce, right? And that's the excuse that my sister makes. And I told her that's not an excuse because he's gone. So because he's gone, right? They should be better because he's gone. So why are they lashing out at me and you? They wouldn't lash out at him because he'll fucking break their noses. That's why they didn't like him. Because when they act up, he'll fucking crack you. He'll slap the shit out of you, you know? And he'll rip your PlayStation apart and not give it back to you until you start acting up, until you start acting right. Without a man home, without a father at home that really, somebody kids fear, it got worse. Because with me, I was more like an uncle and a friend. And I never really had to scold them because they had a father. But the last 2.5 years has been very difficult on me. And then a couple months ago, when I had a big argument with the older one, I told him, I said, if I don't speak to you ever again, it will not bother me one bit. Because you will need me before I will ever need you, you little pussy. Let me tell you something. I'm 48 years old. You're 17. When I was 17, I was a fucking G, a gangster. You're a pussy boy. You came from money. You don't even know what it's like to be sitting off with no fucking gangs and shit and real gangsters and shit like that. Smoking weed and drinking and carrying on. Hoods all around. You fucking know nothing, little boy. I said, you don't even know who you're talking to. I'll beat the shit out of you. And after I said that to him, that was it. He never really said nothing else to me ever again. Like for a long time. For like a month, we didn't speak. For like a whole month. And my sister was mad. And I said, yeah, you think I'm going to let this punk talk shit to me? You must be crazy. And you're dumb enough to let him say shit to you. No fucking way. You know who you're talking to? You're lucky. So so after that, we didn't speak for a month. And then it started raining. And hey Dan, how you doing, bro? So it started raining. He couldn't ride his bike. So he had to catch a ride with me. But he had tried to catch a ride with somebody else so he won't have to go with me, so he won't have to speak to me. So my sister called me and said, "Hey, look, he needs a ride home because he went whatever, went to school and he didn't have his bike, so he's gonna go home with you and his brother." And I said, "No, he ain't. I ain't taking him home. If he comes in this car, he better fucking apologize or he needs to act right. And if he don't, I'm dropping him off. It ain't gonna be no problem." So he got in the car. He didn't say hardly anything. And then his brother started talking. And then they started talking. And we started talking for the first time in a month. And then he was like, and then when he got out of the car, like he said, "Thank you for bringing him home." And I said, "Yeah, no problem." So the next day he came, give me a hug. And I was like, "Yeah, you're fucking Judas." I said, "You know who Judas is? You're in a Catholic school. You know exactly who Judas is. Judas is the guy who sold out Jesus and disrespected. That's exactly what your name is." And he got so pissed, like, because he thought we guys was cool. And I was like, "No, no." I said, "We're not cool, bro, because what you said to me and how you disrespect me is not gonna go over with me. I don't get over shit like that." So anyway, we're cool now. But there's days where he thinks because he's 6 foot tall and he's like in my weight class and he thinks he's bigger than me, he could slap me up. And I say, "Yeah." I said, "Well, you'll see." One day we got into it again, probably like about 3 months ago. We got into it again. He started talking shit, and I got a broom. I picked up the first thing that came to my hand. I picked up a broom and I put it in his face. And he was looking at me. He went all red. And I said, "I'll wrap this broom around your fucking neck and choke you, boy. I'll beat the shit out of you with this broom. Say one more word." He put his head down. He didn't say nothing. Because he knew I was serious and he never seen me that angry before. Because I don't let myself get angry. I'm talking to a 17-year-old child. Like, really? I shouldn't have to do this, like. But you ain't gonna disrespect me. I had to show him that you ain't gonna keep talking to me like your friends that you play PlayStation with. So after that day, everything's been fine. Ever since I had the broom in his face and I told him I was gonna beat his ass with it, that was it. He never said nothing really offensive to me ever again. He's been a good boy. But see, why do I have to do that? That's what I explained to my sister. 'Cause my sister called me and said, "Yo, what the fuck?" I said, "What the fuck?" I said, "I'll beat I said, "You want to have lesser son? You better have a good talk with him tonight. Because I told you already, you know who I am, but he don't. And trust me, I will beat his ass. And it ain't gonna be nice. So you better talk to him before I do beat his ass. Because his dad's not here to slap him up, but I am. And he ain't gonna talk to me like he thinks he can." So I know what you're going through. It's annoying. Having children and having like, these younger children talk to you like they're talking to their PlayStation friends or their little cliques and shit, that ain't happening around here. No, 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 no. Glad you're doing good, Dan. We're talking about having pain in the ass kids disrespect you. Exactly. Say another motherfucking word, and that's it. But I don't want to be that way. You know what I mean? I'm not a violent person. I would never want to put my hands on anybody, and I don't want to, and I would hate to do that. And thank God I haven't. You know, and I don't want to have to do that, and I don't want to be mad either. Because when I'm mad, I'm not myself. I'm not who I am. Because I'm not that type of person. I want to be happy every day. I don't want to be mad at somebody, especially a child. You know. And that's the thing. I can't handle that shit. But because I am like that, they think that they can take advantage of me. And I'm like, no, no. Uh-uh. So now he gets mad at me because I say, oh, the countdown's on, you know? Yeah, the countdown's on. You're going to college in another week. Thank God. A week tomorrow, he'll be gone. I'm like, thank God, I'm gonna have a fucking party. And he gets so pissed because he knows deep down inside that I really do mean it, which I do. I want him to leave here and go to college so that way I can have peace. Because he's the type of guy. He's a Scorpio, right? And Scorpios, they don't give a fuck about you like that. A guy Scorpio is gonna be like very, like, oh, you can't tell me what to do, and you ain't gonna say what you want to me. And then when you get up all up in their shit, they don't say nothing because he fails to realize that I'm not the one. Oh, nice. Hope you guys been. But I already told like my sister that I can't wait till he goes, and she gets mad at me. I say, yeah, he needs to go. He needs to go and learn how to be a man. That's what he needs to learn. He needs to go learn how to be a man. You're 17 years old. You're going 19 in a couple months, in 2 months, right? When you go away in college, there's no mommy, there's no Marky, there's no brother, there's no friends. You're gonna have to go out there and work. And I honestly hope so that he survives because he's the type of person. He don't know how to do shit. He's gonna have to learn as he goes because he didn't want to learn during this summer on how to do shit. And then if he starts suffering and then starts crying out there, that can be my problem. I ain't gonna have no sympathy for him. No. You're a Scorpio? Yeah. See? But what is your daughter's sign? That's probably why the way you are the way you are. See? But yeah, I have like I said, I don't like to be like, that way. I love my nephews and I give them the world. But I can't, like, I'm not gonna take no disrespect from no young. I told the 17-year-old, I said, out of all six of my nephews, you're the only one who talks to me like you can do something to me. My other nephews will never talk to me like that. They don't even talk to their own fucking parents like that. And he looked at me as if to say, I know you're right, but I'm gonna live in denial. And my sister just didn't say nothing. Because they hate when I'm right about them, right? And I make them look like the bad ones, which they are. And I said, all because your daddy left you, don't take that shit out on me. Because I'm not the one. I put fear into your dad. And don't make me do it to you too. Because I don't want to do that. Because I love you guys. But I'm telling you right now, you keep fucking around with me, and you're going to find out. It's going to be me to you and you to the floor. And you're going to go sleep. And you might not wake up in your room. You're gonna wake up somewhere else. And I'm telling you right now, if that's what I have to do to straighten out your mouth when you're around me, then I'll do it. So you better pray every day you don't make it that way. And I would rather threaten them like that than to actually do it. You know what I mean? So I use my threats very strongly so I don't have to actually do what I'm saying. Because in their case, I don't want to do that. And I shouldn't have to anyway. Dad said he used to come home and backpage. Boy, at the military academies, my folks were gonna get rid of me. That I was about 15. I left about a week before turning 18. See? Yeah. They kicked you out at 17. I left home. My parents didn't want me to go, but they drove me out of that damn house. They drove us all out of there. My parents are very, very strict. And when I was 17 years old, I left school. I still had 2 years left. Because my birthday is in February, right? So I was like one of the first ones to go 17 in my class and my other friend. So when we guys got to the end of the school year, I still had like another year left, right? Another year and a half left almost. So it came to the end of the year, and I was like, I can't be here no more. I can't be in this fucking school. It's full of stupid nuns. They won't even let me have my beard and my hair and my mustache like Jesus. They want me to worship this guy every day, but don't want me to look like him. I said, all right, well, fuck you people. I don't care about this school. My dad's gonna save a couple $1,000 by not having me here. I don't want to be here anyway because my friends from my neighborhood don't even go to this dumbass private school. So I don't. I want to leave. My parents are like, no, you can't go. I said, yeah, watch me. On the last day of school, I went into the office to the principal, told I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, have you told your parents? Yep. I said, what do they think? They said, no. Oh, you're gonna ruin your life. You're never gonna be nothing in life. I said, well, that's for me to determine, not you. I said, you've been nothing but a pain in the ass to me. You can't. You guys have so many rules and laws around this school. I can't live like this. So I'm going. I'm had enough. Oh, your worst mistake of your life. I said, yeah. Took that door and went boom. Don't you slam my. I said, fuck you, woman. I'm out of here, you stupid ass bitch. You're going to hell anyway, ho. Damn, I'm talking about you're a nun. You ain't no damn nun, sister, fucking devilish hoe that you are. You don't care about nobody. If you cared about me, you would want to do something to keep me there, but you didn't. You didn't care. You ain't worry about me. And guess what? I made a perfect person out of myself that you couldn't. And I made it. I don't need you or need your damn high school diploma or anything else. I was like, fuck you. So yeah, I left school at 17. Then I went straight to work. And at 19, I was in the army for 3 years and I was getting three paychecks. I got my paycheck from my regular job, which was a car mechanic apprentice. I got a check from the army and I was getting paid as a DJ. And I said, yeah, I'm got a nice income. I'm making all this money every month. I'm gonna go rent an apartment, nice cheap apartment in the hood, and I'm gonna go find one. About 2 weeks later, my boy says, yeah, look, this lady's got a vacancy, a studio apartment. This price, that, this, and that. I'm like, yo, yeah, that's right around the corner. Sure, I'll take it. You sure? Yep. After that, I went and bought a secondhand car. And I had my bike, I had my car, and I had my apartment. And after that, my life was like completely changed. So I didn't get kicked out. I left. I left school and I left my parents' house. And I made something of myself. And everybody was doubting me. Everybody thought I was gonna be a gangster and because I hang around them, I was gonna be on drugs my whole life. I was gonna get locked up. I was always hanging out with all these thugs and shit from the hood and then and then. All this shit they used to say about me. And look, I'm laughing at all the people who didn't believe in me, including my parents. Oh, nice. At least you came out on top. At least you did what you gotta do. But see, because I didn't graduate and I didn't go to college, right, and I left school, I've never encouraged my nephews to do the same because they all look up to me, see? And they're all saying to me, like, how the hell do you have your own business And how the hell are you like, you've done all these things. I thought you need like a college degree or you needed to graduate. And I said, some fields you have to, but I beat the system. I don't have to do those things, and I'm not going to either, because it's the way I want to live my life. You shouldn't have to have a paper that says you're qualified to be something that you already are. So they would always say to me, why don't what happened? Like what happened? So I told them the story just like I told you guys. I said, school ain't for me, like. But all my nephews graduated. The last one's about to graduate in 2 years. They've all half of them are going to college. Four of them are in college, and the other one didn't go college, but he wants to go to college next semester to get himself into computers. But he's got a full-time job, you know, and he's been working for a while now. So the two oldest, they have really good jobs. So I'm happy for them, but they've asked me, what happened? Why didn't I get a diploma and why didn't I stay in school? And I told them, I said, look, it wasn't for me, bro. I'm not gonna sit in front of a computer all day and do like accounting and all that trigonometry and bullshit you people do. I ain't doing that shit, man. I want to work with my hands. I want to build shit, make shit, fix shit. I just want to, and here I am in front of a damn computer now. So I'm still in front of a computer working, but not the type of thing that I thought I was gonna be doing. When I was 20 years old, if somebody told me you're gonna be a psychic when you're in your 40s and you're gonna have your own YouTube channel and you're gonna make money off of it and you're gonna be happy doing it, I'd be like, right, that's a very dumbass prediction that I won't believe. But nobody ever made that prediction anyway. But close, but no. But I'm not the type of person to damper someone else's accomplishments or not or have my nephews be like me. Because none of my nephews when they were born, they weren't from no hood, they weren't from no gangster place, and they were all born with a gold spoon in their mouths. Not all of them, but majority of them. They're lucky they had a better life, a better, everything than we did. So, but they see how I am now, and they see how successful I am now. So they're like, they know that like I didn't need all that stuff back then. But at the end of the day, we all have our paths, because I know a guy who graduated, went to college, became like an accountant. He worked in an exempt company for like maybe 10 years. He got fed up and he opened up his maintenance business. And he started doing maintenance because he got tired of sitting in front of a computer all day doing nothing. And his dad was like a maintenance guy. So he had learned maintenance and shit. And he said, you know what? I don't want to be in an office all day. I got enough money. I have enough education if I want to do it. But I want to be a maintenance guy. I want to have my own maintenance business. So he ended up changing his life because he wanted to be like his dad. But his dad didn't want him to. His dad wanted him to go make money in an office because that's the label that we put on these children and pressure that you put on your kids. You have to be something in the world. You have to have money. You have to have an accounting job, and you have to do this. And you have to do that. You shouldn't put your children through those things. You should put them through a phase where they have free will to do what they want. It's not what you want; it's what they want. And that phrase that says it's never too late, they can live by that. That's what people tell me every day. Because now in Bermuda, they passed this law where electricians like me who are not certified have to be certified in order to do a big job. So I don't do big jobs anymore because I don't want to hire other people to do it with me. So I got out of it like a couple years ago. I stopped doing it. So I see that's another sign from God saying, get out of it now because in the future you won't be able to do it because you got to go back to school and you don't want to. So then he put this on my plate. He said, I got something for you, Mark. We'll beat the system again. Here you go, son. And he gives me work where I don't need to have that bullshit in my life. I don't want to be told I have to do this in order to have to do that. Man, fuck you, man. I don't want to do what you want me to do. I ain't going back to school to get paperwork just so I can make money off a job that I can make money off without those papers and out that certification. How the hell are you going to tell an electrician like me that's been doing shit for over 25 years that knows more than a person that just came out of high school and you want me to go get certified at 48 years old? You must be crazy. But yet the same inspectors that are going to pass my job, that have passed my jobs in the past, are going to pass my jobs right now, whether I have a certificate or not. So that don't make no sense. You people look stupid doing that. So if my jobs have been passed by an inspector for the past 20 years, then you should automatically give me certification because you've approved of my electrical work. Why are people making things so difficult? You know why? Because if I go back to college, I have to pay. That's what they want. They ain't making no money off of me on those jobs that they do inspections for. The government pays them. But they want people like me to go back to college so I could pay the college to give me certification and teach me shit that I already know. No, 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 no. I don't have dumb written on my forehead. That's why my business is Mark's Maintenance, not Mark's Electrical. It's Mark's Maintenance. That means I can do anything I want. Maintenance business, you can do whatever you want without certification because you do maintenance. That's why I'm smarter than the average dumbass that thinks that they need this and need that. And people put too much label on your life. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, no, you don't have to do nothing. You have free will. If I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. It's that simple. Yeah, and that's the way of life. Love and life. That's the way. Well, the thing is, right, is Bermuda has a really stupid way of doing things, right? They've implemented this law now that that's gotta happen. So you know what's gonna happen now is the people who got certified, which are not many, you know what they're going to do? Their workload is going to be overwhelmed because they're the only ones that are certified. And if they get caught certifying someone else's work, they're going to lose their certification. So it's going to come a point where they're going to say, okay, we came up with a new law. Mark my words. This is what's going to happen. And I ain't even, I'm not even pull cards on it because I don't care. Right. But I know this is what's going to happen because I've been living here enough to know the dumb shit. They're going to say, we've reopened the law now. So if you have been, just like I said, if you've been an electrician for more than 20 something years and you are in the system with a jobs that you've gotten passed by inspectors, then you are automatically qualified. That's what they're going to do. And that's what they should have done from day one. Because if I'm so called uncertified, right, then how would you pass my shit back then and you won't now? That don't make no sense. That doesn't change what I know. That changes because you want it that way. That's the stupidest law in Bermuda's history. That is the dumbest thing you can do to the born Bermudian people like me that have bust our ass so your inspectors can actually have a job. Am I right or am I wrong? And that's why I'm going to give it another year or so because Bermuda's full of work right now. A lot of work going on. A lot of old buildings getting teared down. Guys need work. People doing renovations. Because people in Bermuda are rich. They got money. They're willing to like make something old new again. So they're gonna need these electricians. They're gonna need these plumbers. They're gonna need these construction guys that don't want to get certified like me and feel it's unfair. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. They're gonna change the law. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. Because the people who are certified can't do all the work. It's impossible. Because the people who are certified don't do bullshit work like me. They're not gonna come on a job and take a saw and saw the concrete channel, and they're gonna make somebody else do that shit. Me, I'm doing everything because I want that money. But thank God I got out of it when I did. Fuck 'em. I don't need your certification. I don't need your dumbass jobs either. Fuck you. My life got changed by God. He changed it all for me. I didn't even have to do anything. I tell people that all the time. God changes my life, puts me in places I thought I never imagined being. I'm telling you, that's what happens. God's put me in a place this year that I've never been in my life. I would have never thought all my life that this year I'll be making more money doing this than doing my original business. And I never wanted to do this shit. I still don't want to do it because I rather work with my hands and make shit and build shit and paint stuff and do things. But God said, no, no, you need to come on here and talk to these crazy people and read their questions and their lives and make money off them, and we'll keep you out of the sun like you want it. We'll keep you inside in the AC, but you got to deal with crazy people, and you got to come online every day, and we'll give you some bread. We'll make it your life. And if somebody told me that last year or the year before that I was going to be on here more than I have in my business, I would have told them you must be nuts. That ain't gonna happen. I'm not doing that shit. Mm-mm. But see, God put it to me where I don't have a choice. See, you plan, God laughs. When I bought my new van in January, I said, yeah, got my new van. I'm gonna get pure work. Can't wait. This, that, and the other. Ever since I bought that van, it's like a fucking jinx. I'm not getting hardly any maintenance work, but I'm getting more work doing this. And my sister said, I told you it was going to happen that way because you're really good at that. You need to do it. I said, I'm good at a lot of things. But she goes, yes, but this is the cycle that you're going through. And you always complain that you work too hard and your body's fucked up. But you said you'd rather do that and have a broken body and work than be online all day talking to these crazy people. And I say, you know what? I have a better crowd now. I have better people in here. I don't have people who really like aggravate me like that. And I've learned to just accept people the way they are. So that's what I'm saying. My life has changed in this way. And I like it. It's fun. It pays the bills and it makes me it makes me happy. I get to see like decent people and talk to people every day in my age bracket and talk about life and talk shit and have fun, you know. Some days are better than others, but I'm not working hard as much as I used to because I'm not out there busting my ass. But yesterday I went to go do a job at this condo and put some batteries in fire alarms, and I had to do a lot of shit to get to the place and take a ladder and an elevator and do this bullshit and all this stuff. And it was hot as hell and I was sweating and but that was only a couple minutes and then I was done. But that's an hour worth of work, and that's another thing that you know I'll take it when I get it. But I know deep down inside that if I were to call a few people right now and say, "Hey, look, I'm free right now, and I'm gonna be free all week. You need any electrical work done?" They're gonna be like, "Oh hell yeah, sure, you can come work tomorrow." You know that I know I can get work like that. That's all I gotta do is just call a couple of my friends that have businesses, and they'll be like, "Oh sure, bro, we got a job for you right now." Or I can call my clients, my current clients, and say, "Hey, look, I ain't got no work right now. I'm not really busy. You know, you got some work for me?" They'll be like, "Oh hell yeah, you should have told us earlier. We'll give you this. Can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah, sure. Yeah, okay, yeah." But see, I don't care because I don't need that. Because if I do that, it's gonna backfire on me. See, I've learned now to just let God control everything, and that's the true meaning of free will. Is let go and let God. He's gonna show you what free will is if you let him. If you put him in your life, he's gonna put you in places where you might have not thought you're gonna be, but it's better for you, and he's gonna make you happy because you're doing what you're supposed to do and what he thinks you should be doing. So that's why people see me here every day, two, three times a day now. It's not because I really want to be here. I rather be in my workshop doing work because that's what I love to do. But this part of my life is taken over because that's what God wants. It's that simple. I'm not gonna fight it anymore. So I accept it. You know, I've accepted that this is what God wants me to do right now. And that's it. I'm not going to fight it no more. I can't. Because every time I fight it, it backfires on me. So I just say, okay, well, whatever. Today is Friday. Tuesday, my client called me. "Hey, Mark, I want you to go to the Belmont uh, condo. I need you to change all the batteries in the fire alarms. I need you to do this. Okay, no problem. When you want me to do it? Wednesday? No, no, not Wednesday. Thursday. Okay, cool. Went there Thursday. All this shit went crazy. And I ended up doing the job and then, going about my business, right? So I'm here, doing this and getting a call from my business. I'm not calling him, he's calling me. See? But before, I would panic and be like, "I need work, man. I can't be staying home all day." Because I was home in my workshop or like doing this or doing that, doing my own thing and not really making no serious money. And then I was like, you know what? I should go live. I was out of the blue. I said I should go live right now. I usually come on during the night. Maybe I should come on during the day. And I started to do that, and then people were like, "Oh, thank God you're here. You're too late for me. I need you in here now." And then I started like getting all these readings and shit, and I'm like, this is weird as fuck. Like, how the hell did that just automatically just happen like that? Like, I'm saying to myself, this is crazy. Like, and then my sister was like, "I told you, dumbass, you got to do more psychic stuff. You should be doing that shit full time. Everything you say to me fucking happens, man. It's fucking crazy." And I'm like, "Look, I don't really want to do this shit all day, man. I want to go work. I want to, how fucking happy I am, and I hook up shit and see lights come on and paint shit and looks all nice, and I'm busting my ass and, using a drill and some pliers and shit. I don't want to be here shuffling the fucking cars listening to these hoes all day. Oh, come on, Mario, you gotta do it." I'm like, "Nah, fuck, man, I don't want to do that shit." That's what I was saying all beginning of the year. I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to. Leave me alone. Stop pressuring me to do this shit. I even told God, "Please, man, I don't want to do this, man. Come on, man. I got my new van, man. I want to go flex and, do some work, man." God was like, "No, no. I need you on here, bro. You're coming over here whether you like it or not. Get your fucking ass online now." I'm telling you, I can't fight the feeling. And you know what? I'll be very honest, and I know a lot of people probably want to hear what I'm about to say. But I actually love coming on here now more than once a day. I really do. I look forward to it every day. You know, I honestly do. I love it more now than I've ever loved it in my life because I try to get away from this shit and it don't work. I keep getting pulled back into it over and over. And this year is probably the year I've been on here the most out of all the 6 years I've been on here. This is the most I've ever been on here. I'm here like every single day for hours and sometimes 2, 3 times a day. And, you know, it was like I was confused because I'm like, well, if God wants to give me what I want, then why is He giving me this? Like, I don't want this, man. You know, I bought my new van for a reason so I can have more work and, you know, get more work. But it backfired. It's like, no, 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 no. No, you're coming on here and we're going to show you how powerful we can make you. Because, see, I said something to Spirit and to God during COVID one day. One day I was sitting on my couch and I was watching the news. This all started back in COVID, how my life changed. COVID changed my whole life, right? Like it did with a lot of people, but it definitely changed mine in a positive way, not a bad way, in a positive way. So during COVID, I was lost because I couldn't go to people's houses and I couldn't go do work. I had to stay home, you know? So I had to come on here. And I was coming on here and I'm saying, fuck, I'm making money on here now. I made all this money this month. I can't believe this shit. This can't be real. Like maybe this is why I got my channel 6 months before COVID hit. Maybe God was trying to tell me something. Because I'm very ignorant. If I don't want to do something, I ain't going to do it. I never wanted to start this channel, but people were begging me. And then I said, all right, fuck, I'm going to do it. And I did it 6 months before COVID hit in 2019, September 18th, which is coming up, my 6 year anniversary of being on here. Right? So, but I would have never thought it was gonna turn out the way it did, because you never do. You know, you always think like, I'm all these bullshit psychics out here. Am I really hearing what I'm hearing? Am I really feeling what I'm feeling? Do I really know how to read these fucking cards? Are people gonna fuck with me and tell me I'm lying or I'm a piece of shit or I'm a fake? Am I really gonna like predict people's lives and am I really gonna be an influence to people? I kept questioning myself. Why am I in this realm of bullshit that I don't want to be in? I hear, I know that I'm a psychic. I know I'm a medium. I know that deep down inside. But before I did this, but I never wanted to be in the public eye because I was afraid that, because when you're on public sites like this, you can go viral for a bad reason, and you can have like a lot of bad things happen to you, right? And I don't really want that for me and my family. But then I got to the point where I was like, look, I've been in the public eye my whole life. I was a DJ playing in front of hundreds and thousands of people. So if I can do that, I can do this because there's nobody around me. I'm just talking to a couple people in a chat room. This should be like taking candy from a baby, you know? And that's how my mind started to change. And then, like, when COVID hit, like I said, I was on here like constantly. And then in 2021, September again, you know, my sister started this big renovation because we were allowed to work and be making COVID was kind of like, going away, right? Where you can actually work with a mask and do things. Oh, nice, Dan, what you have? So then I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna stick to it because this is another income. So when I started doing that renovation, right? I was like, good, I'm gonna work now. I ain't gotta be a psychic. Fuck that shit. I always wanted to neglect this part of my life because I don't want to sit here on a chair all day with my ass hurting, drinking water, shuffling cards for people's lives, and then they're gonna complain to me all fucking day, and I can't. I'm not gonna deal with that shit. But guess what? I love it now. I really do. And this past, I would say past 2 years, I realized that I should have never fought it and just allowed it to be a part of my life. But and I said to myself, I don't really mind doing it now, but the beginning of this year I had a different mindset. I said, you know what, Mark? You always get people who are addicted to readings, but you have to treat them differently. And I was like, you don't have to, bro. And I don't like to use the words have to, but there's some things you have to do in life, right? Cottage cheese and an apple, well, that's not bad. I had a Philadelphia cream cheese with a scone for lunch because I didn't feel like making anything. So, anyway, like I said, life goes on, right? And my sister's always been my number one supporter. She always tells me, look, man, the shit you tell me happens, right? And she doesn't say that just to say it either. And then people started telling me all the time, oh, Mark, you said this and this shit happened. I love you. You're the best. Everything you say happens, man. You should do it full time. You should do that. People are always glazing me and telling me to do it. And I'm like, no, man, I don't want that shit. I don't want to be here every day. I can't. I don't want to. I love my life. Like, and I finally got a workshop, right? I finally got a workshop because my ex brother-in-law left. So we got the house and I got the workshop and I set it all up, spent like thousands of dollars fixing it to get it to my liking and built all these things in there and I got all these tools and when I walk in there it's like da-da! I got my dream like to have my own workshop and to work in here to listen to music. And I'm gonna turn my workshop into a place I can play my DJ shit. And I had everything lined up. And then like poof. It was like when I was finished, right? When I finished my workshop and I was on here showing everybody, I was all excited. Yeah, guys, look, my workshop. God's in the background going like this. Hope you're having fun, Mark. Because you got to come right back here where I tell you already where you got to fucking be, jackass. You ignorant, stubborn fuck. You're going right back to doing readings whether you like it or not. We'll let you do your little workshop. We'll let you get your little van. You can be a little, get your dream. And after that, you got to go right back over here or else it ain't going to work. That's exactly what God does to me every time. He'll allow me to have what I want, but he's always going to put me to where I need to be. And I learned that at a late age in my life when I should have learned that a long time ago. But it's me, see. We have free will. So he's gave me the free will to be stubborn and stubborn and stubborn and deny what I'm supposed to really be doing at this certain point in life. See what I'm saying? But I've also complained many times when I prayed that every summertime I'm like, fuck man, I can't take another summer. I'm gonna die out here in this heat. I'm getting too old for this shit. My body's fucking breaking down. I'm 48 years old. I'll be 49 in a couple months. I can't be doing this hard work every day, man. This is some bullshit. And it's because I started so early in life, right? Working hard. And so, like, I've been kind of like indirectly telling God that I don't really want to work hard no more. So he made my dream come true. He said, he made my wish come true to say, yeah, you're not going to work hard. You remember, you asked for this, jackass. But see, I didn't think I was going to get it. But he gave it to me in a way I thought wasn't possible. Whereas, you led me to believe, right? You led me to believe that I can have this workshop and my business and still do this at the same time. But guess what? We're going to choose which one is successful or not. We're going to choose which one you should be in or not. You're going to do both, but you need to be here now, right now. and you're gonna stay here until we tell you otherwise. Just like my DJ fantasy I have of getting back online and DJing. I bought my equipment. I got all my links, my music. I actually did a little show on Twitch with my friend twice. It wasn't really that great. We didn't get too many people. Then we met on Instagram. It was okay. And then it's like God's telling me, no, no, no. Don't think you're gonna go online and DJ and get away from this. Because I know what you're trying to do, Mark. You're trying to get away from what you really need to be doing. See, and that's why I tell people your destiny is already written down. You just don't know it. And God has that. You plan and God laughs at you. He's like, you think you're doing that, but you're not. You're going to do what you're supposed to be doing, which is do this, do that, do this, do that, do this. And then now, this year, I promised myself that I'm never going to fight this system that God has for me ever again. And my friend told me, one of my good friends told me, Mark, you are so good at what you do. Make money off of it. I know you don't like to, but do it because it's gonna set you up for your future when you retire and you don't feel like working no more. You can just be a full-time psychic finally. You can still do everything you want, but you can't neglect the things that you really have to do. So this year I promised myself that I'm not gonna fight it ever again. I'm just gonna do what I have to do and shut the fuck up. And my sister's like, I told you, dumbass, you should be a full-time psychic and say fuck what everybody thinks and do it in Bermuda. And I'm like, oh no, 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 hell no. You think I want all my friends come knocking on my motherfucking door? I said, you know how popular I am in here from being a DJ, and then when I tell everybody I'm a psychic and then they know that how good I am and then they're gonna be in my no, 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 hell no. Nah, I'm good. I don't want that life. Not right now. Maybe in the future, 10 years from now, maybe I will open myself up to the Bermuda public. But otherwise, that ain't fucking happening. No way. I'll be dry. I'll be fucking nuts. I'll be going crazy. People knocking on my door at 1 o'clock in the morning. Mark, it's an emergency reading. I'll give you $100 if you sit down me. My boyfriend left me. Please tell me if he's coming back. I'll be like, get the fuck out of my property. Hey Marley, how you doing? You over here still bullshitting? Me too. I'm bullshitting right now, talking about my life. You know. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? Thanks for the super chat. Yeah, I know, right, Dan? 49. Shit, you still got 10 more years before you reach 49. Come on, man. Don't make me feel that old. Exactly, love and life. It's called Little Did You Know. You're good. And I say that phrase a lot. Little do you know this is what you're going to deal with, and that's the fucking truth. It's just it happens to a lot of people I know, you know. Like for instance, Marley, she has a great job, right? She loves her job sometimes. She loves it more now because she's almost knocking on, and she's bullshit. See? But she does tarot too, and she's hella good at it, right? Everybody loves her. We all go in our room, we all have fun. She does her thing. She doesn't boast and brag. She believes more in herself, and and she runs from going live, you know. But when she does, she loves being there and has fun and does her thing. She don't really need to, but she does, right? Exactly. But the thing is like when we do get a chance, we will do or whatever we have to do. But then it's gonna get to a point where the point where I'm at is I no longer can really do what I want to do unless I break that barrier that God's put in front of me, which He's like, you already said it, Mark. You don't want to work hard no more. So now we're gonna put you in front of a computer, cause I'm not gonna change your desire now, bro. But see, God's put things in front of me that I thought was never going to be possible. Because to make a living off of this stuff is very hard because you have to be good. Because if you're not good, nobody's coming back. So if nobody's coming back and you're doing this, that means you're not good enough. I'm sorry. Sorry, but not sorry. That's the way it is. So if you're good, you're always going to get people come back. And if you have that spiritual bond with God and spirit, then you're always going to be good. It's that simple. If you lie, you get denied. But if you do what you're supposed to do and be honest, even when it's bad shit, you're going to succeed because you're telling the truth regardless. So that's why, in order to be successful doing anything, including this, right? You got to be true to yourself and understand, like, you got to take it on the chin sometimes and keep going. But see, now I feel like I can handle it better now. Because when I had pain in the ass people in here that aggravate me, right? I'll just make like a joke about it and then I'll call them a pain in the ass and they think it's a joke, which it is. I'm not disrespectful or rude unless I have to be, you know? I don't mind if you come in here every day and get a reading. As long as you respect me, I'll respect you. And that's all. And that's what I have in here now. I have people who come in here almost every day and get a reading or every other day or whenever they want. And as long as they respect me, then I'm respecting them. And I'll do whatever they want to ask me. And that's it. But before I'll be telling them, like, yo, get the fuck out of here. You ain't aggravating me every day. You know? I'll get pissed because it's too much. But now I realize that if they respect me, I'll leave them here. But if they disrespect me, I'm gone. You know? That's just a phrase, okay? Ain't nothing going on my damn chin. Except for hair. Okay, Marilyn, you said, can you tell me what are my Scorpio aunt's true intentions? She calls and says she cares about me and my mother, but I'm suspicious. Well, if she's a Scorpio, I understand why. Yeah, exactly, Marley. Yeah, I taught you well. All right, let me see. Yeah, I feel like we guys do that in here now. As long as nobody gets personal and disrespectful, like. And I feel like I finally have that in here. Because I've had some people in here that are disrespectful and think because they pay me, I have to, snap, 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 let's go. Now, if you start acting like that in here, I'm going to get rid of you. You can go fuck yourself. You ain't telling me what the fuck to do. Hell no. I don't give a shit. Pay me or not. You think I am a stripper? Or a hoe where you pay me and you get some coochie? No, 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 no. You didn't treat me like that. Hell no. Respect me, I respect you. Simple. That's why I love the crew I have in here now. Everybody's nice. You know, some people I gotta put in their place every now and then, but everybody's pretty much cool. All right, Marilyn. So what I'm getting with your aunt, she says she cares about you and your mother. Um, I think that the thing is, I don't really get like her actual energy here, but what I'm getting is that she might be going through problems herself, so she needs somebody to talk to because these people that she's dealing with are treating her rough, so she has nowhere else to turn. So that's where she's trying to get you guys to think that she actually cares about you, to talk, to have somebody to talk to and sympathize to and chat to and things like that. even though you probably are suspicious because, but that's why you're suspicious because she's normally probably not like that. But the reason she's like that, right, is because she's not doing good in her own life with some people around her. There could be a man that's aggravating her, like a husband or a son that's gotten into trouble and she can't deal with him and she don't want to deal with him, right? And she's also like feels brokenhearted because and disappointed because she's failed to complete things that she wanted to and she doesn't know why. So it's drawing her into really she really cares about you though. I don't know if she cares a lot about your mom, but I get that she cares about you, which is you are her niece. So I got the niece card here, right? In my eyes. Because I'm reading this situation, she really cares about you and she likes the fact that you talk to her and you guys talk and you're cool. But as far as her caring about your mom, so if your mom is her sister, then I would say that if they already have like certain things where they don't really speak like that, it's probably going to continue that way. I feel like she cares, but not really. I think she cares more about you than your mother, if that makes sense. But I also see like her going through some times. She might even be sick, or she might be getting sick. So she's trying to like make amends with people before, because she thinks that she's gonna die or something, or she might just feel sick and tired of life, or she might have a lot of problems. So if it isn't health, it's problems that she's going through, and she needs someone to talk to. You know. So Marilyn, that's what I get as far as your Scorpio auntie. Cause I have some Scorpios in here, and they be acting like that too. They be acting like they care. I'm just teasing, guys. You guys know you're my favorite Scorpios. Well, like I said, the only reason why she cares is because she needs somebody to talk to, and because, like, you probably answer the phone or you might talk to her, she might feel like there can be a bond there. I mean, she might still not really like you. She just probably needs somebody to manipulate to talk to. But I think she likes you more than your mother. I don't know if that's the case. Now, the only other thing I can think of is if your mother is younger than her, she's the older sister, then that young person card could mean that she likes her sister more than you. See, it could mean either or. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah. Okay, so it's not your mother because she's the oldest. So there you go. So it's you. She likes you more than the mother. But then you got to ask yourself, does your mother and her get along? And if they don't, then that's the answer. She'd rather be talk to you than talk to the mother. Because she'd rather talk to somebody younger to manipulate or to say, I'm going through this, I'm going through that. And then you got to ask yourself, is this reading right? Because if she's got problems and you know she has problems, or when she talks to you, she talks about her problems, it's because that's the only people that she can talk to is you and your mom. If you guys answer the phone, because you might answer the phone and say, "Oh God, I ain't answering this shit. Leave a message. I ain't listening to your fucking bullshit." Then you might say, "Oh look, it's her. Let me see what she says." "Oh hey, auntie, what's going on?" "Oh, my life is yeah." And you be like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, auntie." Auntie Scorpio. So I don't know. It could be that's for you to pick out. I don't know if that's the case, but that's how the cards come out. Yeah, see? There you go. Dan. Oh, see, that's why she likes you because your mom probably don't answer the phone. We just solved the answer. See that, Marilyn? See, she likes you because you answered the calls. See, she says, I don't even want to talk to this damn woman, but I'll talk to her. But does she talk to you about fucked up things or her life? See, there you go. We just solved it. We just solved the answer. See that, Marilyn? So the cards are right. See, they saying that's why she like, and you're telling me she don't like you. She likes you because you answer the damn phone. And she's like, my sister won't answer, but our daughter answers. I love Marilyn because she answers my calls. See? Tell you she likes you because you answer the calls. See? We just solved it. There you go. Because you said, you said, wow, interesting. I thought she really didn't like me very much. Now she does because you answered the call. Nobody tell you give her your number. See? Now you might now she's gonna call you all the time. My sister don't love me, but my niece loves me. Marilyn. Hey, she might put you in her will. I'm so bad. Oh God. Fuck up, Bart. Oh shit. My uncle, right, him here in Bermuda, he always tries to give me work, right? But he doesn't like me, right? He never has. Because I always say shit back to him or whatever, right? He doesn't really like me too. He's my least favorite uncle. But he's my only like real uncle that's left, right, in the world. So he called me a few times this year to try and give me work, but I told him, look, I can't do no work for you. I'm too busy. He's like, oh, really? You're that busy you can't do work for me? And I was like, look, you're not my client. I have plenty of clients. I got plenty of work, but I don't want to work for him because he's an asshole, right? So I don't want to work for him because he's disrespected my family and me plenty of times. And now all of a sudden you're retired and you're in your 70s and you think that everything's cool. No, no. I don't want to work for you because your own son-in-law is an electrician and he don't want to work for you. And I'm your nephew and I don't want to work for you either because you're a dickhead. So then my auntie, which is his wife, calls me. Hey Mark, how you doing? Oh, like I'm like, this bitch never calls me. Ever, never asks me how I'm doing. But see, when people want something, they're gonna treat you so nice. Oh yes, you're my family. You know this, and we want to give you the work and this. Man, shut your fake ass up. You must think you must think I'm an elephant and my mom was born yesterday and gave birth to me. Come on, man. So I see right through people like that. If you ain't gave me work all this time, I've been on my own for almost 20 years. You want to give me work now? Man, go away. So then they called me and said they're doing a big renovation for their house, and they're gonna send me a set of plans so I can do it. And I'm like, well, I'll price it for you, but I don't think I can do it. Oh well, just let us know because we're not gonna start till next year. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck you. Then he calls me. He says, oh, can you please price that job for me, even though you can't do it? Because I need to see if I'm getting robbed by other electricians. That's what he said to me. And I'm like, Unc, I told you already, my price is always going to be less than the average company. Because you got to remember, these guys got to pay three, four, five guys staff. You ain't paying me no staff. You're paying for me. That's it. I'm gonna do it by myself. I'm probably gonna have a part-time guy maybe once in a while. That's about it. I don't need nobody around me. I'll do it myself. He goes, oh yeah, I understand. And then he's like, then he's like, oh well, can you just please give me a price so I know, ballpark figure? And I'm like, yeah, yeah, I'll do it for you when I get a chance. That was about 2 weeks ago. I still ain't done it. I ain't worried about you, bro. Leave me the fucking line. But he won't want to pay me to do it though. He didn't say I'll pay you to do the quote. He don't say that. When it comes to money, he don't want to pay. See, he wants to compare my price to somebody else. I told him that's the worst thing you could do, because I'm not a big company. It's just me. And he's like, oh yeah, well, I just want you to price it, please. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'll get to it when I want, bro. You ain't aggravating me, and it's like annoying, you know. It's so annoying. And I said, if I give you this price, right, you can't go around comparing this to another company because, and don't tell them who it is, because then they're gonna say that I'm blocking them from getting the job. And they're like, oh, you should go get your papers so you can do the job. I'm like, no, no. And my auntie's like, yeah, you should get your papers. You can get it from now until then when we start, and we'll wait for you because we want to keep the money in the family. And I'm like, bitch, who the fuck you lying to? If you give me money to work at your job, at your house, you're gonna regret doing that because then you're gonna be like, oh, I put money in his hands and I saved him and that. No, you didn't do nothing for me, woman. Shut your bitch ass up. My parents told me don't do it. My dad said you do whatever you want. I don't care. My mom says don't you dare work for him. He's an asshole. He treated us like shit. Fuck him. I'm like, yeah, I know. Fuck him. I ain't doing nothing for him. He can kiss my ass. Love and Life. You said you want a card. What type of card you want? No credit cards. No debit card. You want an Oracle card, Spirit card, Love card, Postcard, Christmas card. Dan says I charge extra for weasels. Yeah. Little does he know the price I'm gonna give him is the highest price I can give a person. Because I already know how to price it. Because I called my best friend. He does electrical contract. And I said, how much you charge per point? He told me. And I said, okay, I'm going to charge exactly that. And he's expensive. And the average electrician can charge up to $110 an hour. You know? I don't charge that, but close. This woman says, give you a card. Now you're saying whatever I'm feeling. I don't know. You gotta tell me what you feel like. You might feel like a love card. You might feel like a. I'll give you a card. I'm not ready. I'll stop bullshit. I got a card for you. I'll give you a card. Do I want to read a lot of shit? I'll do it for you. I'll do it for you. That's because I love you like that. I'll give you a postcard from Spirit. I have to read a lot of shit, but I'll do it for you. All the things I gotta do. All right, this is a postcard from Spirit. This is what I'm feeling, and this is what you should get. Gotta watch how you say give it to me. I'm thinking of other things. Yeah, it's about, yeah, that's right, Dan. Here it's 200. Everything's going up, man. Every other year, I put my hourly rate up by $5. But some people I have the same rate over and over because I don't, that's why they give me work. I can be my wifey. There you go. You don't want to say that too loud. You got somebody putting some spells on you and shit. No, you won't. He's my man. It's my man. It's my man. That's my man. No, it's not. Shut your mouth. All right, love and life. Let me see what I got for you. My man. My man. My nephews laugh when they do that shit. We know this. We saw this video one time, and the girl was like, "That's my man." I was like, "Shut up, Pope." All right, I gotta read all this crazy shit. All right, shut up, Mark, and just read the damn card. I can't even see properly. I have to put on. All right, maybe I should put it up here. I wonder if I can see it better like that. What's that say? Damn, my eyesight is getting bad. I can't make out what that says on the bottom. It's like some cursive writing or some shit. Where the fuck's my I want to make sure I give you the full meaning of the card. I had like a magnifying glass here. My eyes would be fucked all up. I know, right? Fuck these customers think they are. Alright, now I gotta put on the light. Hold on a sec. Oh, here it is. I got it. I'll figure out what it is. I got my magnifying glass now. Oh, hidden treasure. That's what it says. I'm saying, what the fuck? Because they write it in this like weird writing. It says hidden treasure. All right. See, it says hidden treasure on the bottom there. And it looks like it's some fucking. Oh, it's like it's like a little girl and a little boy in like this nest looking thing. See in the middle? All right, anyway, let me get to the card. Okay, I can see much better now, the light on now. Okay, it says, Dear Love and Life, since you're on Earth, you understand how buildings are built. Yes? Question mark? Of course. A good solid foundation and yet flexibility too, in case of earthquakes. Well, where you are, you have that, right? Truth be told, you can't offer something sustainable unless it is built from a solid base, whether it be an idea that takes form one step at a time or an actual house that needs sturdy foundation dug, poured, and built. We want to remind you of this because you might need a little encouragement to see this is true in your life at this time. Celebrate the fact that right now you can repair the cracks in the foundation of your life effortlessly, as well as do a general site check to ensure your hard work is still being well supported. Do this and know you are building your life on a perfect and solid foundation that will allow you to welcome the many miracles waiting to come to visit. We're so happy for you and so intrigued by what is to come and what you are building. There you go. That's your message in spirit. See? I had to read all of that. There you go. If you want to, you can pause it later on this time thing and you can like read it again because I put it up to the screen. You can read it. But yeah, if you didn't get it all. But that is your message from spirit. That it's not too late to fix the cracks in the foundation. You can still make it happen. You'd be good. I think you miss TF, Lucky. You miss TF. You always bring her ass up. I saw a woman that looks like her too, like almost identical, but with no glasses. Like when she don't have glasses, she looks like this person. If I see her again, I'm gonna screenshot it and show it to you. You be like, oh yeah, she does. Yeah, I know. I used to do her voice when I did that Halloween thing. I dressed up as her and I did her voice. Hey Lucky, you like my lashes? Yes, girl. When are you gonna send me some? Uh that's Lucky's BFF forever. My TF and your BFF. Yeah, she was number one. She actually looked like Snuffleupagus all the way around. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I don't take it back though. That was the original Snuffleupagus. All she needed was the outfit. That's alright. I know what you mean. I don't know how to spell it either. I know everybody knows who it is. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't miss it. Hell no. That's good love and life. I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you caught me live. I knew I had to come on here for something. I've been on here for like 2.5 hours talking to your ass all this time. Snuffleupagus. I'll never forget. I got that meme sent to me. It says these hoes be wearing. It says these hoes be wearing eyelashes like Snuffleupagus. Then it zooms in on the eyelash and you think, hey, that shit was funny. I never would have remembered that. When I was watching Snuffleupagus, I was never really like looking at damn eyelashes. I always noticed how furry he was and how big he was and shit. I never really knew like because Snuffleupagus is a guy, so the eyelashes didn't really mean that. If it was a Snuffleupagus was a girl, then it'd be different. But yeah, that's why she loved me because I have nice eyelashes. My eyelashes are beautiful. Oh, that's good, Lucky. Just stay positive and open to any chances. Yeah, she was jealous of my eyelashes because she needed to put some on, but I already had beautiful ones. See that? Do you know that this magnifying glass is like 40 years old and it still works nice? Yours are better? I'm sure they are. As long as they're not fake. Yeah, she always had a pretty face. I'm not saying she's ugly or nothing. She's not ugly. She's very pretty. Her face is pretty. But like you said, if she lost some weight and she wasn't so dramatic and loud and annoying, then she'd be all right. But she still got D from losers, so she was happy with that. That's why when she started all that shit with me, I was wondering why she did that, because you got a reading from me asking me about the guy you're fucking, and then you want to claim that I'm your man. That don't make no sense. So people that were in here knew you were asking about a guy, and then you're telling everybody you're my man. I mean, you're my woman. The fuck? That ain't gonna make me jealous. Hell no. She's not my type anyway. Hell no. I don't want nobody bigger than me. Fuck that shit. I had to roll your ass in flour just to find it. No thanks. That's out of my league. I ain't breaking my back getting some coochie from you. No, no. No, no. Uh-uh. Marky don't play that. She caught the drift after a while. She was mad because me and Lizzie were real cool, see. She was mad that me and Lizzie had a better friendship than she did. But me and Lizzie were just friends. We never were more than that because she liked other guys, and I respected her for that. Like, I was like, yeah, you like that guy? Cool, I'll read it for that, whatever. I weren't jealous, or I weren't like, mad or anything. Lizzie and I never had anything like that. We were just friends. My neck, my back. You'll never see my booty crack. I got my sister bought me some brand new Oakley shades, and I haven't even used them because you see how the box is like black? It matches like the black cards, and I never remembered that it was here. I'm gonna start using these. Fuck, man, I forgot. I gotta put it on my table so I can remember to use it. Dumbass. All right, I'm gonna get out of here because I gotta go feed my dog. She's probably outside, probably wondering why I'm not out there yet. And I'm gonna go for a swim. Oh yeah, I know. I know she did. I would tell her about what she said about Lizzie. Yeah, cause I didn't like that. I didn't like the fact that she did those things. She was just a shit starter. That's all. After all, that's who she is. That's what she did with me and you, everybody else. She just was weird like that. So, but that's your BFF. She loved you. You know, she loved you more than me. But I ain't gonna lie. Uh, she definitely encouraged me to do this, and she actually helped me with my channel many a time. So she was a part of my life for a reason at the time. So her and Lizzie helped me out a lot. But unfortunately, none of them are here now. But I'm still cool with Lizzie though. I still love her to death. Because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. She would always help me. So, but yeah, stop lying. You know you love her. She's a hoe. She's a hoe. You know you love her. Now, where Diamond is right now, it's nice and shady and cool over there. She's all right. She's cool. She can handle it. I'm gonna about to give her her meal, so she'll be fine. Marley, what you laughing at? See, Marley introduced me to one of her friends. One of her besties, her BFF, and then she wanted to be my TF, and then I told her F off, and then she got all pissed off. And now it's perfectly fine without her. It's so much dramaless in here, and you don't have to read like all the paragraphs she writes in the chat room. It's actually beautiful. I let her do that she's in other people's rooms doing it now. And I love every minute of it because I proved my point. I saw that weirdo in another chat room that I go in, and she clogged up that whole chat, and nobody paid her no mind. And I was like, well, there you go. People are starting to catch on to not listening to her and not dealing with her. But like Marley says, uh, where do these people find us? Twin Flame. TF is Twin Flame. No, I didn't see her. The fuck? It's dumb. But I always joke about, things like that. I haven't seen that. Lucky I haven't seen TF in forever. I couldn't tell you. I don't want to see her anyway. I don't see her in any room. I don't see her anywhere. I don't see her at all. I'm talking about Marley and I's mutual friend that we got rid of. She's like still a nuisance. I saw her in a room that you go in. I saw you in there, Lucky. You know, I saw you in there. Yes, you did. You meant to blow that kiss. You was getting jealous because I was talking about my former TF. It's all right, love and life. It's cool. I'll give you a kiss back. Look, mwah. So if she is watching in the background, she'll be like, "Arr!" I don't know. I can't remember. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yes, yes. That's the one. Yeah. Right. My bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one. I'm sure you saw her in M's room. Yeah. Yeah, I rebuke her too. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let me get out of here. I don't want to talk about idiots in my room, but Yeah. I'll be back later on. Yeah, yeah. You can't lie to me. All right. Marley, you coming live tonight? She's like, don't ask me that. Marley, you gotta come live tonight. And then after you go live, I'll go live. She's gonna make him. It's Friday night. Marley's gonna be like, come on, man. And you're gonna stay there? You staying at the game or you coming back and then going to the game? Like you do sometimes. You're like, no, no, fuck that, I'm staying. Oh, it's a home game. Okay, cool. Go be a MILF then. Okay, cool. Marty's gonna be a MILF tonight. It's Friday night. She's gonna get dressed up and she's gonna go to the home game looking for some hunk. Some guys can be like, hey, Blondie, what you doing, baby? Marty's gonna be like, fuck out of here. You better buy me something, mofo. Oh, you're good with the dad. Oh, I see. Mm. He's gonna have the cock blocker up then. Oh yeah, that's cock blocking right there. Oh hell yeah. He's gonna be like, no, no, no. He's gonna be like, no, 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 no. If I can't have her, nobody's gonna have her. I'm gonna call him CB, cock blocker. Oh shit. Anyway, have fun. I'll be on here tonight, probably like in about a couple hours. I'll be back. Anyway, you, Emmy, and X, have fun. You know. I'll see you guys later or tonight or whatever. Love and life. Always good seeing you. Lucky, get back to work and stop bullshit. And Dan, if you're here, I'll see you tonight. Anyway, I'll be back tonight. All right, guys, take care.